Hello, friends. Thank you so much for joining me here once again on Reality Bites. I do hope your reality is going well and that you're in a good place and that wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you are succeeding and achieving and evolving and growing. And also, if you're not in that place, if you're going the other way, then that's okay too. So it reminds me of accepting and being okay no matter where you are, no matter where you are in life. Because as you know, life always changes. We're always growing, we're always evolving. And whatever you think about, whatever you feel, whatever sensation arises and subsides and changes, we're always in flux. And so you're never stuck and you're never where you think you really are, because where you are is timeless and eternal and infinite. So, yes, your physical body is present, but your mind obviously can travel to the past, can be in the present, and can be in the future. So, what I really wanted to do with this Reality Bites is explore a little concept that I came across recently, which really stood out, which really had a profound sort of aha moment for me, with this whole thing of how your thoughts create reality, or how we manifest reality, and how do we actually do that? These thoughts that we have, and I've spoken about this with the last Reality Bites, about the conditioned mind and how we are programmed a certain way, and how we have these beliefs and this narrative and this story which creates an identity and a construct, and it creates this provisional identity, if you like, of who we think we are. And of course, we can always rewrite that story and change our thoughts and beliefs, but the problem is a lot of these beliefs are so hardwired and embedded in our subconscious that they're almost repetitive and reactionary. And so we start believing this. We literally create our belief system by reinforcing it and then confirming it in the external world. But what if the universe, you, only says yes? So ponder that for a moment. The universe, or God, or the infinite nature of life, only ever says yes, which kind of is a contradiction. But I want to explore this, because I'm sure in life there's been a lot of no's. And you think of the dualistic nature of life, the polarity. There's always light and dark, hot and cold, left and right, up and down, yes and no, success and failure. That's the way we've been programmed to believe. But from an Eastern philosophy, can't say that word, but from many Eastern wisdom traditions talk about the non-dualistic nature of life, and that samadhi, where you are connected to the oneness of it all. There is no separation. But yeah, this idea that the universe only says yes. Now, I came across this recently when I rediscovered a little bit of Neale Donald Walsch, his work, and he was very well known with the book Conversations with God. And I remember reading that a long time ago. But anyway, he says, or in this little excerpt that came across actually on YouTube, he says, "What is your I am?" He says that as a universal response, every thought is yes. So every thought you have, no matter what it is, the universe is always going to respond with a yes. And God only knows one word, and that is yes. And you may be asking, well, yes to what? Well, it's yes to whatever you think, whatever you say, whatever you do. Now, the good side of this is, well, the positive side, of course, is the universe never says no. But the bad side of this is that for those that don't know how the system manifesting the construct of reality works, the universe only says yes. So if you say, I am so sick and tired of the way my life is going, I'm always failing, I don't know what I'm doing with my life, whatever it is, then the universe is going to correspond with that by saying, yes, that is true. That is true. You are a failure. Isn't that crazy? If you say, I want more money, the universe will say, indeed, that is true. And so you will manifest that experience of wanting whatever it is, fill in the blank, because that's what you're declaring to the universe. And that's going to be true for you. And the funny thing with the ego and the mind is it wants to always be right. So it's going to look for evidence out there in the universe, and you're going to sort of cherry pick evidence from whatever source, from your friends, from what you consume on social media, whatever comes up in your awareness, you're going to just want to make sure that whatever you're thinking is true. It's like this confirmation bias. And of course, this reminds me of the principle of correspondence. As above, so below. As within, so without. So going a little bit deeper into this, from an energetic point of view and what we tune into, what we come in alignment with and what we resonate with is so multifaceted within us. And so what we are feeling is what we're going to be projecting and transmitting out into the universe without even realizing it. We're doing it all the time. And thoughts have energy. Thoughts have a frequency. So whatever you emit will correspond to the reality you want to create. And as creative beings, of course, we have the capability to intentionally create, to be very mind aware, or, as I was saying earlier, we've just got these pre-programmed beliefs that just keep recycling, and that's why we keep having the same situations. The same thoughts will create the same reality. And so it's either you become aware of those thoughts and break that pattern, or rewire and reprogram your mind. So this obviously requires some sort of practice and some sort of, dare I say it, discipline to become aware of this, but then to start going deeper and start connecting into what you really want and what you really desire. And that's coming more from a heart place and from a desire of purpose and meaning and what I call transcending the conditioned mind, so that you're no longer operating from just the mind sphere, but you're going deeper into your heart and your soul blueprint. So you're becoming more in alignment with your, let's just say, fundamental purpose. And so it's just fascinating how this whole concept of the universe can only say yes. It's really crazy. So whatever you think, good or bad, so it is. So simply put, you create more of what you constantly think about, and which will correspond to how you perceive the world. So there you have it. Just a little short exploration on this whole concept of the universe. God can only ever say yes. And you literally become more of what you are, or what you're being, or what you're thinking. I invite you to think about that and keep it simple. Just be aware. I think how I would approach this was just to be aware of the thoughts, obviously, that I'm thinking, and noticing the thoughts, creating that so-called witness, and then asking myself, is this true? Or is this the reality I want to create in this moment? And what sort of repetitive thoughts keep coming through for me in situations? And so that's really a case of being aware of, obviously, your thoughts and witnessing your thoughts, but also how you're feeling, how your body's feeling, what sort of reaction, what sort of sensations and feelings occur when I have these thoughts. Are they good? Are they positive? Do they feel nice and warm or are they kind of uncomfortable? Do they cause a sense of dis-ease within my body? So that's always a good indicator as well of just being aware of those thoughts that you're creating, the feelings, the sensations. And this puts you more in a presence or present moment place. So once again, what is your I am? So ponder that and fill in the blank. And just sit with that and see what comes up. And of course, whatever does come up, the universe will only ever say yes. Thank you, friends, for joining me on this Reality Bites. And keeping with this theme, I hope that you know that the universe has your back, supports you, and that it can only ever say yes to the things that you truly desire, and is always there to help you realize your fullest potential and your highest good. Catch you soon.